Hey everyone, I'm going to be showing in this video how to get the Steam controller working with my settings that I've been using in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Um, First of all, you would have to add it to your Steam library. Since it's not a Steam game, you would have to add it as a non-Steam game. So you go up here in the Games tab and click Add a non-Steam game. You do that and you look for BattleNet. So if you don't see BattleNet in all your programs, browse, look for it in your PC. I have it under my program files, x86 BattleNet folder, and then BattleNet launcher is what you're looking for. You click open and add that to your library. Then it'll be added to your library and you can rename it to whatever game you plan to be playing when you launch it from this shortcut. So I renamed it to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 here because it's just going to launch the BattleNet launcher, but I know I'm going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and not any of the other games on the launcher. So these settings will be just for Black Ops 4. So once you have that done, you just have your Steam controller on and click play, and it should launch BattleNet. Once you have BattleNet launched, you should see the Steam overlay thing pop up. That's a good sign, that means it's working. And then another thing I do for BattleNet is I go to the settings, Blizzard settings. I go to the Blizzard settings right here in the top, general, and I say when I launch a game, exit BattleNet completely. I do that because if you see, the overlay works here on BattleNet, and if I launch the game and BattleNet's still open, sometimes when I'm opening the overlay in the game, it's also opening and active on BattleNet in the background, and it can cause kind of weird things to be going on when you're moving around the overlay, like double inputs. So it's good when you launch the game, BattleNet will just close out, and you won't have any extra overlays moving around when you're setting your controls. So then once you do that, you just click play, and the game should launch with the Steam overlay working. So once we get in the game, I'll show you the controls I've been using. I've been playing pretty good in this game. I still need to figure out the right sensitivities, but for now I'm just sticking with what I got and trying to learn the game. Can't always tell if it's just my sensitivity or if I just have to learn the game and just need to practice. So I'll just keep playing until I figure things out. So I don't even need this to really load up. Let's just show the controls. For here I have the default settings. I'm using 2 action sets. One separated just for when you're playing Blackout, because I found when I was playing I actually wanted my controls to be different. The default settings, this is for normal multiplayer. It's intended for normal multiplayer. I have the scorch streak options here on the D-pad, left touchpad, and then for the biggest difference actually between the Blackout one and default, the reason I had to change it was because I use reload and F on the same button on X for reloading and picking up items, and in multiplayer I don't have to pick up things too often, so it's not like a important thing like it is in Blackout. So I have it on long press for F. Like sometimes I will want to pick up a gun in multiplayer, but I don't want it to happen every time I'm reloading because I have them on the same button. In Blackout, I have R and F set as just the same single press. We'll be pressing R and F at the same time. So when I had it set like that and I was playing regular multiplayer, every time I was reloading there was some gun on the ground that I was picking up. Like, the maps are small, every time I reloaded I picked up someone else's gun and it was really frustrating. So I set F to a separate long press on the same button, and that way when I really want to pick up a gun I just hold X for a little longer and then I can pick it up. So I made two separate action sets so that I don't have that problem, and I can have blackout how I want it set and also have the multiplayer different. And then also on multiplayer I have the ultimate ability of the operators. On Q I have it on the B button. I just don't need the B button for crouching and proning because I have it on the right grip, so I set it to B. And then melee is clicking in the right touchpad, and that's another difference I have in the normal multiplayer. Sometimes I do need to melee real fast, and it's good to have it clicking the right touchpad because the gameplay is so fast and reactionary. But in Blackout, I've had firefights where they were intense, and I really was just about to like win the game or come really close to winning, and I accidentally melee, and it just messes up, like, it just messes up my whole shooting. And because I meleeed by accident, sometimes when it's intense I accidentally press in the right touchpad, so I took the melee binding off in the Blackout action set because I just didn't want that happening anymore, and I just put it on B since there's no operator ultimate abilities in the Blackout mode, so I just put it on B. So when I'm playing Blackout meleeing, it's just on the B button and not when I press the right touchpad in. So other than that, I also changed the left touchpad. I have up on the D-pad. I have it set as a button pad because the directional pad was like mixing with gamepad prompts when I had it set for directional pad. So I just put it on button pad and it works better. No weird issue. But maybe I could switch it back to a D-pad at another time. But right now it's just a button pad, and it has emotes, push to talk, and pick up item. Pick up item is for when it's something I want to pick up, but I don't want to immediately swap it with something I have on my gun. So I just press right on the left touchpad, and then I still have pick up item on the X button for when I do just want to pick it up as soon as possible and even swap it out for something. It's on the X button. Other than that, everything's the same as in the normal multiplayer. Healing's on the left bumper, your equipment's on the right bumper. I open the map with the start button and hold it for long press so that I have the game menu. And you switch to action sets by holding the select button for a really long time. So maybe like 3 or 4 seconds you hold it down and it'll change action sets. I'll show it right here. Right now I'm in, I believe, the default action set, and I switch it to the blackout. I know I'm in the blackout one. It'll display it and show that it changed, and then when I want to go back to regular multiplayer I just change it back to the default. So when I go to blackout, change it to blackout. Pretty useful to have the different settings available, and it works pretty well. Other than that, I'll be sharing this settings onto the community very soon in here, and you'll see it in Battle.net if you use the Battle.net launcher shortcut, and then you also call the name of your shortcut Call of Duty with the colon Black Ops 4. If you type it just like that, you will see all these community profiles. There's already people on here. I will be uploading mine very soon, so you should see that in the community also, and also have a link to these settings in the description of this video. So if you want to try it out, go ahead and use my settings to start, and then you can always change whatever you don't like, but I'll have the link to my settings in the description of the video, and I'll also show some gameplay for the rest of this video. Hope you guys enjoy.
Be advised, further Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Supply drop in. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Be advised. Further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone. Objectives complete. Stand down.